Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Crash Bandicoot n.sane Trilogy. We defeated Cortex and Uka Uka for a first time, but in order to get the true ending, we need to also gather all of the gems and all of the relics. So, off screen, I have already collected most of the relics. We've still got 3 more to get. I did get 1 platinum. And unlocking 5 relics will open up this platform, which takes us underground this time. In the original, it would take us upwards. And we now have a bunch of other levels. Each of these requires 5 relics to unlock. Some of them are entrances into other levels. Some of them are brand new levels, just like in Crash 2's Secret Warp Room. Only this one is available at all times. I mean, the n.sane Trilogy of Crash 2 fixes that anyway. So we have Ski Crazed, an original level. We have the secret entrance into Hang 'em High. We have Area 51 question mark, final motorbike level. We have this abomination. And we have Rings of Power. Not the game, but a nice callback to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to take out the worst one. Future Frenzy. So this level is pretty much Crash 3's cold hard crash. There's no ice physics, but it's bad for both similar and different reasons. The similar one being is that it involves loads of backtracking. The difference being is that this time you're backtracking against the camera. With cold hard crash you had ice physics, but at least you didn't have camera issues. In this, there are no ice physics, but you have bad camera issues, so there isn't really any sort of compromise. And I really hate this level. Because this level is filled to the brim with what are damn near leaps of faith when you're backtracking against the camera. But as you can see, we saw before that the counter was rather high in terms of how many boxes we still had left. And this is the reason why. There's a lot of boxes on this pathway. Now I believe there is a nitro switch crate, so I'm not going to bother with any of them. We don't need to bazooka our way to everything. I think only like 1 or 2 levels actually does that. But I mean, maybe they just didn't want to waste your time. If you do go after all of the relics, like after you've collected the crystal or something, it is possible by using the remaining relics in the hidden levels and the secret warp room. I think it is actually possible to get the hidden entrance to Future Frenzy unlocked before you actually play it for the regular pathway. So it is possible to do this all in one go, but it does require you to do a lot of time trials beforehand, where you're more than likely not going to be getting anything bar sapphire relics. Some golds are possible. They're pretty hard, but it is possible. At least in the original one, I assume that applies here as well. It's just a matter of, do you care about getting all of the gold relics or not? In which case, if you do, you're better off waiting until you get the speed shoes. I probably should not have broken that box yet, because what that means now is I'm going to have to keep backtracking against the camera. I think there is 1 checkpoint around here, but I'll still be backtracking. So here we go. Backtracking with conveyor belts, and this is your camera, to avoid instant death lasers. I hate this level so much. Is it as bad as Cold Hard Crash? You know what, let's see. Let's not say anything, because we saw what happened with Piston It Away. You say something is good or easy when you're recording yourself, it makes life very hard. If you say something is terrible, it ends up being very nice to you, just to spite you. All it is, just to spite you. Now, I always forget how far back I actually need to go. See, that's the worst one. You can't even see the conveyor belt for that one. That is a leap of faith. I mean, yeah, you may remember that the conveyor belt was there from the first time you visited, unless you did go after all of the relics. But why would you do that on your first playthrough? But I think that's everything. Yeah, Alright, so we've already got 71 out of 133. We've collected just over half the boxes already. Well, not collected. Broken. But now we gotta go through all of this. At least it's easier when you can go this way. But we've still got to make it through that entire 2D section and beyond before the level actually finishes. So we've still got a fair ways to go. But again, why couldn't the original platform in the secret area just take us to the beginning of the level? Like, why was that so hard? Because that's what happens in Air Crash. In Crash 2, it had a secret entrance. You got to the end of the pathway, and then it just took you back to pretty much the beginning of the level. So if they could do it there, why couldn't they do it here? And it's similar situation for things like the yellow gem path in Dynamite. Why couldn't it just take us to where we first jumped on the yellow gem path? Instead of taking us further beyond, I mean we have to backtrack with a bunch of enemies that just do nothing but move side to side, rather than, you know, maybe moving away from the camera or anything. As well as lava pits. Where's the checkpoint? I want a checkpoint. Death Tornado Spin, you are a lifesaver. No! Don't want to do that. Remember these things? They're like the ones from the tiny boss fight in Crash 2. Ah, you are now a checkpoint. Alright, we're safe now. I mean, there's a checkpoint right there. We're safe now. It's all good. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I like how we're getting training for the double jump now. We would have already had the left tornado spin by this point. It's like, we're not gonna let you work it out yourself. We're just gonna flat out tell you what it is you need to do. And there we go. But we're safe. We're almost done. I'm gonna kill you first. This is for the PAL version. You guys were absolute bullcrap. Now guess what game that sort of thing returns in? Wrath of Cortex! Gotta crouch under some lasers. On a conveyor belt. I mean, you only ever have to do it like one time. Woo! How did I not die there? Well, not die, but get hit. So many things return in Wrath of Cortex. I said Wrath of Cortex was better, I never said it was original. I mean, you could still argue the same for this game, isn't it? Pretty much just Crash 2 with more vehicles. I guess the difference being is that Wrath of Cortex still reuses several things that were in these levels. Again, we're just ducking under lasers. Being one of them. Trying to avoid the pistons from Crash 2. All that sort of stuff. So there we go. I hate Future Frenzy. But of course, it ended up not being too bad. Right, it's official. Cold Hard Crash is the worst level of the trilogy. I shall now stick by that. By the way, that is automatic in this game. You don't need to press any buttons. Right, well, the next level I'm going to do is another lengthy one. Ski Craze. So this is our final jet ski level. And this one just goes on for a while. That's my only real issue with it. It's not like Hot Cocoa where the level just... where it's like an open level. It is straightforward. It just goes on for a while. Too long to me, in my opinion. But the level just doesn't seem to know when to end. Ooh, I thought I was just going to avoid it. I do really like the sunset that they've given this level though. It is very nice. Harmless lava. You can't touch the lava anyway, so it's not like something you need to worry about. Another thing that this level does have you doing quite a lot is you have to make some rather precise movements. There are areas that can get quite narrow, usually involving bombs with boxes to break in the middle. Or some sharp turns, or some good timing on these ramps. You have to go from one ramp to another, with these stiff, altered controls. This game improves in many things. Controls for the jet ski are not one of them. So you gotta make sure you're at full speed when you go over those things, or it's right into the bombs. Right to the bomb! Or, you know, you can slow down and have to deal with this thing's horrible turning and you'll send you right into the bombs. This is what I mean. Narrow. Very narrow. It's a good thing I was really close to a checkpoint. Well, I'm not sure if it's possible to backtrack in these levels. I don't see any reason why you couldn't, because you're never restricted. I don't believe anyway, where there's like a ramp, nothing but bombs in your way. I can't think of any places where that's entirely the case. Might be wrong. If the two end up being one short right at the very end. Maybe it's just too bad. Hey, great, but you missed one box. Ooh. Out of my way. Why is one moving faster than the other? Is this what I mean? We're getting quite narrow here. I mean, we had something like this in Hot Cocoa, but they were a bit more spread out. But again, this could potentially be the 5th level in the game. This is where you can actually get into Hang 'em High's secret exit early if you make use of this level. Right, almost there. Because if you get the 5 relics in the first chamber, then you can get the other 4 relics in the 4th chamber if you ignore Hang 'em High, and then you can use this one as your 10th relic. And then you manage to get the yellow gem much earlier than intended. Which I'd say is fine by me. You know, at the very least that then means you're not constantly haunted by that missing yellow gem, preventing you from doing 2 pathways and a bonus level. They have been calling out to me. I say, screw you, Dynamite. I don't even like you. Alright, well, these have been going fairly smoothly so far. I'm suspicious. So let's just do the shortest level. Rings of Power. Call back to an earlier Naughty Dog game. And since we haven't shown it off yet, let's take a look at Crash's plane. I don't know what Rings of Power was about though. That Naughty Dog did make games before Crash. I can't remember if I did this one or not. So here's what you gotta do. You gotta go through... Oh no, I missed it. Restart, restart. Oh, that was bad timing. What you gotta do is you gotta get through every single ring, but you are also in a race. Right, I'm just gonna ignore the boxes for the moment. If you spin whilst you're going through the rings, you'll gain an even faster speed boost, but your turning also craps out a bit. And in the Sane Trilogy, this plane turns quite a bit stiffer. That may be a good thing for the other levels, it's not such a good thing here. I suggest make use of the time trial clock though, so you can restart should you miss one. Unless something like that happens. Because you've got to win this race as well. So you get one, it's kind of like the motorbike levels and the plane levels put together. Got to come first to get one gem, the other one is for the boxes. So I'm not going to try and boost through every ring. But you are going to want to do it for as many as you can, especially when you're going for the gold relic. Or the platinum relic. Probably even to an extent, the sapphire relic. But you know, you also want to do it so you can win the race. Which I am currently failing to do. And now you can't shoot down the other planes. They're now invincible. Can you solve my maze? There's no time to waste. I mean, these controls are the complete opposite. They're not super... They're incredibly stiff rather than super precise. No! Oh, well, I lost anyway. Oh, this is where we get... I had no idea that was there. Huh. Well, anyway, that was a spectacular failure. This level is... The controls do make this level quite a bit harder. Unfortunately, I don't finish the level because I got the sapphire relic now. Right. I had to say everything was going smoothly, didn't I? Well, we'll cut back to when I get both the gems and the gold relic. Okay, better get good. Oh, you're gonna give me one of those things, are you? Get good. Well, shut up. Oh my god, that level is a lot harder in the n.sane Trilogy. That plane is a lot stiffer. But I did it. Got the gold relic, followed by the winning gem, followed by the box gem. We can finally be done. Alright, well, we have just 2 levels left up here, and then we can go to the remaining levels further down and get the remaining gems. So, I will see you guys then.